Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week's video is week 5 of my program. Last week was mainly just week 4 stuff where I decreased my volume and upped my intensity on my squat, bench, and deadlift. And this week I'm doing RP 9 singles for all 3 of my lifts and kind of see how much I've improved since getting back into lifting. Today I'm going to do my bench single, which I am warming up for right now. But before I talk about all of that, I had an idea I wanted to share with you guys and see if you guys want to do it, because I want to have some feedback before making it official. So I was thinking of doing some form check, giving advice and cues and that kind of stuff to you guys, to give back to you guys, since these videos I just talk about my technique, but sometimes it doesn't work for you guys, and I'm really nitpicky about technique, and I feel like that aspect I know a lot about. So yeah, I just want to see if you guys would like it if I started something where you guys can send me videos of your lifts. Doesn't matter what it is, squat, bench, deadlift, or if you're not powerlifting specific, just any lift, and I can make a video of me looking through those and giving advice on technique, on form, some cues, or other accessory exercises that could help whatever technique problem you have. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing, but there has to be some people who are interested in submitting videos for that to be successful. So comment down below if that's something you're interested in doing, or any ideas you guys have. I really like talking about technique and that kind of stuff. Within my friends, I'm usually the person who helps a lot with technique and cues. So programming is not my forte, but technique is, so that's why I thought of this idea. So comment down below if you guys are interested, and if there's a good amount of people who are, then I'll definitely do that. So yeah, back to lifting it. I'm about to warm up with 135 for single, and then I'll jump up to more weight. I'm probably just gonna talk about bench first and then squats, so I don't rest too long in between my sets. Okay, so that was pretty easy, and I'm just gonna add 10 pounds down to 145. Okay, so I just did 145, and that felt a little bit harder than I expected, probably because I never held something that heavy for a very long time. So last week I did 140 for triple. This is 145, and usually 5 pounds is a big difference for me for bench, because percentage wise it's pretty big. So now I'm gonna go up to 150, and hopefully I get 150, and then if that moves less than RP 9, I'm gonna go for 155, which was my original goal. But I'm honestly not sure how things are gonna move, because as I mentioned in last week's video, I changed my technique a lot for bench, and it's making my press much easier. But it feels hard, but it is actually easier. It looks faster on video. So I'm not too sure how that new technique is gonna affect my numbers. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on adding until RP 9, or until I fail, which I do have safeties now, so I can just fail safely and not have to have a spotter or whatever. Okay, so I just did 150, and it moved much faster than I thought it would. Once it was this much off the chest, it just flew up. So I'm really surprised that moved that fast. It did feel really heavy when I unracked it, but yeah, definitely my technique is paying off. So now I'm gonna up it to 155. So I did fail 155. I got it this much off the chest, and I just lost control of it. I think it moved towards my head, which that usually is my problem. I'm glad I got it off the chest a little bit. Yeah, I didn't have really high hopes for it by the feeling when I unwrapped it. But yeah, so that's bench. I ended up with a 150 single, which is 94% of my max, which is 168. So that's pretty good to be over 90% back. Also, a few more things I added to the home gym. I got this bench literally yesterday, and it's just a adjustable bench, so I can like move the seat up, I can move the back, and this is gonna be really helpful for me to do like Helms row, incline press, dumbbell overhead press, and a bunch of like accessory stuff that I can't do with just a flat bench. So I got this for like 20 bucks on Facebook Marketplace, so it's a really good deal. Also, when I bench, I put these 5-pound plates between the bench and the rack, so the bench doesn't slip back like how it did last week. And like the reason why it does slip is because I added like a riser to the bench, so it makes this comp height, but this slips. Like the original bench rubber thing doesn't slip, but this does, so that's why I add this, and then that just fixes the problem. Also, I did hang up the mirror a while ago where I said that I had no time to hang up the mirror, but I did. And then also I got some more lighting in the basement, and yeah. Okay, so for squats yesterday, I'm just gonna go through everything. I didn't have time to film, but I will talk through like the warm-ups and that kind of stuff. So yesterday for squat, I did like warm-ups from the bar, 95, 135, 185, 205, and then 215, and I just did singles for almost everything except like the super light stuff. And then I did a 225 single. And then I did a 235 single. Last week I squatted 215 for double, so 235 is really good for me, and I would say it's around RP 9ish. My form did like break a tiny bit, so like my hips did push back. It just basically went a little back to how I used to squat, which I did expect because it's really hard to maintain good form on your super heavy lifts or like your RP9 stuff. That's when form breaks down, and that doesn't matter too much as long as there's no pain and as long as your form is still good with lighter weights. And it didn't even break for 225, which I'm really happy about. But actually my 235 moved faster than my 225 and my 215, even though it's heavier and it felt harder. I think that's just because I went back to my old form where I could use more of my lower back, which I'm stronger with. With my other stuff, I was using a lot of quads, and that's not my strongest muscle right now. So yeah, that's probably why 235 moved faster, because I used lower back. Overall, I'm really pleased with that. I'm really pleased at how much my squat improved in this block. In the beginning of this block, my top set of squats was at 195 for a triple. 195 to 235 is a big jump, and I'm really happy with that. Okay, so lastly we have deadlifts, and deadlifts weren't very interesting. So I warmed up from the bar, 135, 185, 205, and I went to 227. So the reason why it's a 7 is because the new plates I got are 46 pounds. And then after that I did 262. So I did 262 triple last week, and my 262 moved really well, but it didn't get on video. I think my phone was out of storage. So after that I went for 272. And then I went for 282, but I failed that, so I just couldn't get it off the floor. That is my usual sticking point, like right off the floor. If I could get it off the floor, I usually can lock it out. But yeah, I had like really bad hip pain on that day in the morning, like on my right side, and it was so bad that I couldn't even walk in the morning. And I took a nap, and then it got way better, and then it just fluctuated during my workout, but it didn't get worse, and it was gone the next day. And that was because that morning my birds, what you hear, had a night fright because the power went out and they need a night light to sleep. So without the night light, they just like freaked out. So I had them lay on my chest and like had to hold a flashlight for them from like 4 AM to 7, which is when the power came back on. So I basically didn't get any sleep that night. So I'm pretty happy with 272. I was hoping for the 280s, but that's fine. And on my 272, my hip did move faster a little bit. So on my 282, I tried to sit down a little bit more, which actually made things worse. But overall, my form is like getting better for deadlifts and bench and squat. So yeah, that's it for my testing week. I ended up with a 235 squat, 272 deadlift, and a 150 bench. And so that puts my squat at around 84% of my max. My bench is 94% of my max, and my deadlift is 91% of my max. So bench is coming back the fastest, and then it's deadlift, and then squat, of course, because of my knee injury. So after this week, I am having my friend coach me, since I feel like I'm not the best at programming. So I won't be able to like share my program since it's his work, but I will still make the usual videos where I talk about my form, my technique, my lifts, and also try to help you guys as well. with that form check thing I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you did. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see my lifts before like YouTube, since I usually post YouTube videos a week after. Also follow my birds on Instagram. This is Mochi and this is Pika. Pika. And yeah, comment down any other questions you have or videos you want me to make, and subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you don't want to miss another one of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.